What's up, beautiful people? In this video, we will be planting some beets. I also have some loofah and some other things over here in these seed starting trays that need to be planted today, if not weeks before. But let's get to it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., back again for another video. And as I said, we will be planting some things out in the garden, but some of the things I'm gonna have to plant into smaller containers to let them grow from there and figure out what we're gonna do with it from that point. But nonetheless, hey, we are here. Now, the things that we'll be planting, I'm pointing, I don't know if you can see it, but nonetheless, I am pointing to the seed starting trays that we did in a previous video, right? And so I planted some of the things already. However, now I'm like, okay, there are some beets, and I'm doing the beets this way to try it this way because they do recommend that you do direct seed plant, grow your beet seeds in the soil itself. So I'm trying something different outside of the norm, which starting the seeds indoors and then planting them in the garden, and we'll see if that works out. And then I think I have some like loofah plants and other things as well that we're gonna figure out a way to, you know, put them in a way that it's going to do what it needs to do. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you are new to the channel, how you doing? I hope you would subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. We are on a mission to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And I believe that we can do it with the help of you. Okay. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and get it to it. I mean, let's go ahead and plant these beets and seedlings, and we'll see where we're going from there. I have golden beets, and I have the dark cherry purple ones too, so I'm also excited. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get it to it. Ooh. For those that have been following the channel, you know I have this here keyhole raised bed, and I have this bed in specifically catered towards growing root vegetables. Yes, I do have a row of cabbage already growing here, but nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and plant the beets along this here row, as I have a beet plant planted there, have some carrots over there, and yeah, I'm gonna use probably two, if not one, of these here square foot garden areas for the beets themselves, because in growing with square foot garden area, you can actually do up to 9 beet plants into 1 square foot garden. So again, square foot, 12 inches by 12 inches gives you a square foot area, working space. And so actually, I'm able to do that, but I try to stick in between like 6 and 4 tops. And so what I'm gonna do is, you know, wiggle, 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 maneuver, maneuver, maneuver my beet seedlings from the here seed starter, which, like I said, I haven't, well, I probably have done this before, and then it just didn't work out, but I've never done it from these seedlings themselves. And so, oh man, I destroyed that one. That probably won't do anything. So my goal now is to try to get the whole seedling out, which, if you have seen me grow from seedlings before, you know my recommendation is to get the soil to be nice and dry before pulling anything out, which this cocoa core is not dry at all. So, you know, that's a tragedy. That's 2 for 2 so far. So let me try to figure out and think of a way for this to go a little bit more smoothly than we are currently experiencing. To check at the bottom to see if I saw roots coming out the bottom, which I did not. However, I'm just gonna push from the bottom up and believe that the whole thing will come out. Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we figured it out, and that'll be good from there. And so we just have to push the whole thing from the bottom rather than trying to grab from the top. There we go. All right, so I have 5 here. I'm gonna just move to the next square foot and do my golden beet. And which is always best just to go ahead and pre-mark where you want things to be placed. Just makes your life easier when you're actually going into plants. Of course, we're gonna give it a nice water, just to get everything nice and acclimated to what is. And then once that happens, I'll allow for like 3 to 4 days before I give it any fertilizer, which for root vegetables, you want to use your bone meal fertilizer, which I'll put a link for that down in the description, because that's going to help foster a strong root system, which essentially is what a beet is. It's a huge root, which you are able to eat the leaves of the beet as well. So hey, make sure you maximize your beet consumption and usage. Okay, great people, so we do have some here loofah plants that I did plant in here as well that I want to go ahead and transplant, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4 loofah seedlings. And so what I am going to do, and obviously I recommend you to do the same, is from once you go ahead and take out the things that did, you know, grow and things like that, because when you do grow seedlings, everything won't grow. Most things will. However, everything won't grow. As you see, as you saw, honestly, I kept these in here far longer than was necessary. But what you can do, and what I do, is just go ahead and reuse this soil seed starting mix that was already, you know, in the tray. And so that's why I even too like to use trays when I go ahead and plant out, so that can be messy. Soil can go where it needs to go. But more importantly, this is to demonstrate how you can, you know, be sustainable. See, you didn't have to use any extra soil, anything like that, but you have your pots too. And you know, usually you just want to put it nice to the top, but not all the way to the top, so that when you water, there is a pool, if you will, or area in which the water can catch and hold on to, as the water then drains through your pot, hitting the roots and all that good stuff. All right, so that was 3. Probably have to do it again, which is fine. I have some more in here. And what we're gonna do is apply the method that we learned out there with the beets, which is to push from the bottom. Don't pull anything, but just push, 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 and let the tray do all the work. These are more established, so actually the roots start coming through the bottom, which is fine. We'll learn from this one to see what to do next time. Oh man, that's a serious root system right there. How about that? How about that? Oh yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna make a hole, you know, as you would outdoors. Same concept, same situation. But now, honestly, these loofah plants are ready for fertilizers, which with Luffa, it's going to be your sustain, right? That's going to be a 464 mix. All links will be down below. But even from there, you can use a nice mix, right? Because it has your greens, but it also has your flower as well. So you want to use something that does have your phosphorus, your nitrogen, and your potassium. So a nice mix, right, would do you well. Not really trying to focus on one of the 3 nutrients, which your fertilizer that is. And so we're just gonna flip this thing inside out, which I think now I'm starting to get a grasp of it, which these roots were in here nice and strong. Strong root system in which it should transfer over well into its new home. And then I have one more, which I'm gonna do as well. Oh wow. I could have just pulled it out. Oh man. The last one, you figure out what to do. Could have done that the whole time. With this perfect here seedling that came out, just as I'm sure the other ones would have, we're just gonna place it in there nice and ever so gently, and just compact everything before we give it a nice watering to say hello, welcome home. Just so I can show you just the full situation. So this is the sustain that I was talking about that you can use as your fertilizer. You just want to take a pinch, put it at the top, and I like to do it before I give it its first watering in its new home, just so the sustain can, you know, do a nice little drain scenario and say hello, here's some nutrients. I know it's been a while, you're looking a little pale. Let me give you that vibrancy that you need. And so just work it into the top layer of the soil. And that'll be all that you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. And from at this point, we can water it And then you can honestly place it wherever you want, whether it be outside in nature itself or under grow lights, which I'm going to put them outside. I feel like now is the time just to let them go ahead and harden off, get acclimated to the new, so that I can go ahead and plant these bad boys within a week, honestly. I can really plant them right now, but I just don't know where I'm going to put them, so hey, we'll do that until then. Boom! And just like that, great people, we have our beets planted, which I'm a little skeptical, a little worried about those bad boys, but I'm going to pray over them and speak positive and encouraging words only. But we also have some Luffa plants already planted and ready for usage, quite honestly, like I said. But more importantly, they'll be ready to grow when I'm ready for them to be grown. And so just like that, great people, you can do this as well. It doesn't take much. Just take a little patience, take a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it in due time, right? If it's not harvest time, if it's not, you know, just beautiful looks in your garden and things like that, you'll be happy that you did it. So with that being said, great people, I love you all. I appreciate you all. And remember, you never have to garden alone because you can always garden with me. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.